Well, spit it out, Balsam. You said that you had something that you wanted to tell me about my son. So, what? Did something happen to Matthew?
No, this isn't about Matthew.
Okay.
It's about David Vickers.
What's he done now?
This isn't the first...
You got them to tell to take the fall for you. But I'm gonna find out, you son of a...
Hi, Mom.
Matthew, what are you doing here?
Why shouldn't I be here? Uncle Clint didn't do anything wrong.
Do you remember when Kelly hired me to track down David because she thought that Dorian was falling apart and that she needed to confront David to find closure?
Yeah. And?
I found him. I know where your son is.
I don't need flowers. You quit your job because your father and I asked you to.
I know. But BE could be going under because of all the bad press. I mean, the stock's down 20 points.
Okay, that is Clint's problem. That's not yours.
We can't just lose everything that Grandpa worked so hard for. We have to do what we can to save the company.
You love family, and I think that's great. Nothing would make me happier. But your Uncle Clint?
Was cleared of all charges. I just heard. So what's the problem, Mom?
Well, I know that Clint claims he's innocent of switching the DNA test results, but I don't believe it for a minute. I don't know how he did it, but I'm pretty sure that he got Vimal Patel to take the fall for him.
I need to tell you.
No, you don't have to
David
tell me anything about David. All right? I don't go on my face myself, but Nora, she keeps me up to speed. And I know that he's all over Europe running around. He's chasing supermodels, going to some kind of whipped cream parties.
Phone parties.
Well, whatever. David ran out on everybody in Landview. You know, it's one thing for him to run off on Dorian, but what he did to Matthew, that's unforgivable.
Matthew?
Yeah, he ran out on him, Balsam. Just when Matthew was starting to see him as a big brother, starting to, you know, he started to look up to him, he started to care about him. Not that I always agreed with David's methods of brotherly bonding, but I thought it was a good idea for him to get to know his older brother.
Well,
you know, I even started to warm up to the guy myself. I started to see past that superficial, scheming side of David, and I started to see him as a son. But then he pulled his disappearing act, and so he didn't give a damn about Matthew or about me. So whatever you have to tell me about him right now, frankly, I don't really give a damn. Because I tell you right now, my family, which, by the way, officially includes you now, Balsam, we don't really need David in our lives because he betrayed all of us.
it's not true, Bo. David didn't betray you. I did.
You betrayed me? How?
After David left Dorian at the altar, I thought that Clint might know something about where David went.
So did you do some digging?
More like broke into his office. I'm sorry, I know it was a dumb idea.
No, it's okay. Did you find anything?
Yeah. I found evidence that proved that David didn't abandon Dorian at all. There was no way he could have gotten to that wedding, no matter how much he wanted to.
What the hell are you talking about?
I hate to have to tell you this. David was kidnapped.
What?
And he was thrown in a Moroccan prison, and he has been there ever since.
What? Who'd do that to him?
It was Clint.
Does this have something to do with Dad's supposed affair with Nate's mom?
Yes. Yes, it does.
How was that Uncle Clint's fault?
Okay. You said that Uncle Clint hinted to you that he'd heard some rumors about your father and I having affairs?
So he was wrong. That doesn't mean
It's not that he was wrong, Matthew. He was lying. Sweetheart, he invented those rumors. Love, he's using you. That's what he's been doing. He's been using you to stir up trouble between your father and me.
Why would he do that?
Because he wants to break us up.
Now, you have to know how sorry I am.
When? How long has David been there?
Since his failed wedding to Dorian.
David dumped Dorian in August. You're telling me this has been going on since then?
Yes.
When did you find out about it?
Not long after that.
So you're telling me that you've known about this for months? And you didn't tell me?
I would have gone straight to you. But Matthew caught me going through the files in Clint's office, and he turned me in. And Clint was on to me. He threatened to throw me into jail, which would have meant me abandoning Gigi and Shane and leaving them with nothing. And then Clint somehow had Gigi's LU grant revoked. Who knows what he would have done next? I put my family over yours. I messed up.
So my son was suffering, is suffering, right now. And you did nothing.
I wanted to. You have to believe me.
You know, I know that Clint is the heavy in all of this, but right now, it feels like the person that stabbed me in the back is you.
I don't get why Uncle Clint would try to break up you and Dad.
Oh, honey, he was so hurt that I left him for his brother. I mean, he never got over it. So he blackmailed Inez into drugging your father and trying to get him into bed. Honey, that's what you walked in on. I mean, that was after he put Eddie Ford up to kidnapping me.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, he did, sweetie. He needed to get me out of the way so Inez had time to work on your father. You wanted to coax him into having an affair with her.
There's no way. Uncle Clint would not do that, so don't even say that.
I can't believe Vicky didn't tell.
So hard to earn your trust. And I have treasured it. Really, that's why it kills me to lose it now. And I know I don't have the right, but I'm just asking you just to please understand and forgive me. Please, you have to know how scared I was for my family.
So you didn't come to me.
Oh,
I would have done everything I could to help protect Gigi and Shane, to take care of them. I would have done everything I could to keep you out of jail, and I thought you knew that. You were like a son to me, I thought. You're not my son. Right now, my son is rotting in a Moroccan prison. So if you're looking for absolution, boss, I'm sorry about that. You can't get it from me. All I can think about right now is finding David.
Oh, listen.
No, just go! You heard me, Balsam.
No. Not until I make it up to you.
I'm gonna nail Clint for this, among other things, but I need David to do it.
Nailing Clint's my new middle name. What do you need me to do?
Nothing. You've already done enough.
It really sucked.
Confused District Attorney Nora Buchanan didn't escape the dark cloud that has hung over the Buchanan clan of late.
look, Mom. Uncle Clint would not have you or anyone else kidnapped just to break up you and Dad. So why would you say something like that?
Because it's true. Oh, your father and I debated about whether we should tell you or not.
So you guys have known about it this whole time?
Yes, we have. And now I'm making the decision to tell you, for your own safety.
How do you expect me to believe any of this?
Oh, honey, please. I know it sounds crazy.
Crazy? Yeah, it does. Who's the one who told you Uncle Clint hired Eddie Ford to kidnap you in the first place?
Okay, well, Inez speculated as such, but she didn't know for sure. Listen, the only person who knows for sure is Eddie Ford, and he's dead.
Dead? Convenient.
Well, actually, your father and I don't think it's really very convenient at all.
What are you trying to say?
We think Clint killed Eddie Ford.
Nora Buchanan's kidnapping remains an enigma. And what's more, Duckies, the man she named as her abductor, one Eddie Ford, ended up dead. Now, the cops ruled it as a homicide, but the crime remains unsolved.
Who is that guy? He looks so familiar.
Thank God you're here. I need help with Jessica.
Sorry, I can't help you.
Well, then, what are you doing here?
Police business.
What kind of police business?
It's none of your damn business.
Your uncle could have been implicated in my kidnapping and attempted rape, so he killed Eddie Ford, the only guy who could testify against him.
No. It's impossible. He couldn't have. Uncle Clint is not a murderer.
Oh, God, honey, I'm sorry. I know how much you love your Uncle Clint, and I know this is hurting you, but really, I need you to be very clear about why we want you to stay away from him. We think your uncle killed a man in cold blood. And the proof is buried with Eddie Ford. Now, your uncle is not superhuman. There is evidence out there somewhere. And there's some way that we're going to be able to link Clint with Eddie Ford, but we need you to be prepared, okay? Because your father and I are going to find it.
Hey, Dad! Joey! Oh, sorry, I'm not interrupting.
No, I'm just conducting a little business.